8 of the Basketball Champions League. We are in Thessaloniki in Greece as PAOK face off against Umana Reyer Venezia. We are coming to you from Group B as we return to action after the international break. Teams having 2 weeks off. We have reached the halfway point in the season. We are now in the return games. These two teams having faced each other already once this season. And there we see the 4 games in Group B in game day 8. Tenerife needing overtime to defeat Bonn last night. And then 3 games today. Our game, the first one, Fribourg versus Holon, Nanterre versus Pavia, also taking place today. Well, Tenerife still, with that overtime victory, sit at the top of the table. But remember, we are trying to be one of the top 4 qualifiers, or the top 4 finishers to become a qualifier into the playoff stages. And that's exactly what these two teams are trying to do. The current standings sees Umana Reyer Venezia in second position, a 5-2 record, identical with Unit Holon, and then PAOK just outside the playoff places at this moment in time. But that is only because Telkom Baskets Bonn have played 1 more game than PAOK. A victory tonight would see PAOK jump up with a better record. But it's a tough task for them facing off against Umana Reyer Venezia team, which has won 6 of their last 8 Basketball Champions League games. They've also won their last 3 on the road, something that is not an easy task at all. It is their best ever run on the road in this competition, as they have scored 90+ points in each of these 3 games, these 3 away victories. So the Italian team will come into this one full of confidence after their strong start to the regular season, the way they've performed in those first 7 games in the Basketball Champions League. However, they do come in with a disappointing loss at home in the Italian First Division. There is their lineup. Look for the backcourt scoring of Marquise Haynes, but also the do-it-all forward, the number 9, Austin Day, who has played extremely well and has a varied skill set with his ability to step out and shoot the ball. Well, we talked about the run of Venezia, but PAOK started 0-3. They've won now their last 4 games in the Basketball Champions League, their best ever run. They also have their own high-scoring backcourt, William Hatcher, Phil Goss, a big part of that, and a team which has shot 45% from 3 this season in the Basketball Champions League. An impressive total for them, as they really do use that perimeter-based threat. We know they play in a particular style, as most Greek teams do. They'll try and control the tempo. PAOK, they'll run that middle third ball screen to great efficiency, and they'll use multiple players on the post-up, knowing that the defense has to react, and they'll get kickouts for 3. So here is the 2 teams waiting for the lineups to be called out onto the floor here in Thessaloniki. It's going to be an entertaining game in Group B. Make no doubt of that. So, quick discussions before the players will come out. We said these 2 teams have faced off once before. It was game day 1 of the Basketball Champions League in Venice, in Italy. The hometown team took it 69-59 and used some good double-figure scoring outputs from Marquise Haynes, Austin Day, and Andrea Nicolau as well. But it was Mitchell Watt, the star man on that particular occasion. 25 points from him, 6 of 10 he was from the field. An impressive individual performance from the big man, helping his team. And there he is, right on cue. He chipped in with 4 rebounds as well. 13 of 14 from the line, Mitchell Watt, on that particular occasion. And PAOK just had no answer for him. In response, their best performer was Yannick Moreira, their big man on the inside. See him, the bottom of your picture there, the Angolan international. He had a double-double of 14 points and 11 rebounds. His only double-double of the season so far, Moreira. They did shoot 40% from the 3-point line on that occasion that night, PAOK, but they shot just 37%, 11 of 29 from 2-point range, which was their big undoing. So there is Conyades coming out. He Had 6 points on that particular occasion. Reyer, the only man in double figures for the Greek team, and that's something they will be looking to readdress here tonight. We said they do come in off the back of some great form. They lost their opening 3 games, a disappointing loss, especially to Telkom Baskets Bonn at home. But since that point, they turned it around with a 1-point victory over Nanterre, a road win over Opavia, a victory over Fribourg Olympic, and then they were the only team to have defeated Iberostar Tenerife this season in the Basketball Champions League, taking the 66-65 win in Tenerife right before their international break in game day 7. So they would have come into this one full of confidence. A couple of guys who were playing for the Greek national team in their World Cup qualification. And for their head man, Coach Papatheodorou, he will come into this one knowing if they can continue this fine form, very much alive for one of the top 4 places and qualification into the top 16. So players will shake hands. They'll go through the last little bit of the warm-ups, and then we will get underway here in game day 8 between these two teams. So it can be an interesting battle of styles between the two teams as we see our third team of the day. The officials, Johan, Dravako and Martin. The 3 officials for tonight's game. And for Venezia, it was a strong start for them as they wrapped up wins in their first 3 games in the Basketball Champions League. They came undone at home against Tenerife. And they also went down at home to Nanterre as well. But on the road, they've been very good indeed. Unbeaten in their travels. No doubt second half of the season will be tough for them. Obviously travelling here to Thessaloniki tonight. Next week, they'll be on the road in Holon. And then they will, after Christmas, head to Tenerife. So they're starting 5 tonight. Haynes, Stone, Day, Vidmar and Washington will make up that 5. No major surprises there. Mitchell Watt often comes off the bench behind Kasper Vidmar, who was a late addition to this Venezia team, and head coach Walter de Rafael. So the man who has been with this club since 2011, first as an assistant and then as now the head coach. They of course know what it takes to make it through to the Final 4, having already been there in the Basketball Champions League. For PAOK, there we go. Jamal Jones, Yannick Moreira, Linos Chrysikopoulos, Antonius Cognares and Phil Goss. So Cognares getting the start, as he often does, young point guard for Coach Papatheodorou. Great opportunity for him to gain minutes, as he has been doing with the Greek national team as well. Cognares, a star in the making in Greek basketball perhaps, as he was an all-star at the under-20 European Championship level before making his senior debut. And now, what great opportunity for him at this senior level with his club team PAOK. So 2 teams in fine form in recent weeks. Venezia on the road, PAOK in all competitions, as they have won their last 4 games after starting 0-3. And this really will be an entertaining battle. Both teams like that perimeter-based offense. A lot of 3-point shooting. Expect that here tonight. And matchups like the Chrysikopoulos versus Austin Day matchup will be one to watch. Crowd getting settled here before the game. As Julian Stone shakes hands with the fans before getting out onto the floor. There it is, Cognares, young point guard we talked about. Shaking hands before we will start this one off. Venezia in their maroon uniforms, as we see Julian Stone, PAOK in the traditional white and black. There's Phil Goss exchanging pleasantries with the Water de Rafael. Of course, Phil Goss spent 2 years with Venezia between the years of 2014 and 2016, so it is a place he knows well. As the jump ball is up, we are underway. PAOK with the opening possession. Jones has it. Goes to the inside, and it's in that man-to-man defense. And Chryssikopoulos, the first scorer of the game. So excellent execution for PAOK. They went straight to Chryssikopoulos. 11.5 points a game he averages, and he gets them on the board with the first possession. Now they will play this man-to-man defense. As Venezia get the response they're looking for. Washington, his opening score, also in that low post. Both teams establishing the inside game. Same play for PAOK to get Chryssikopoulos this touch. This is the low post we were talking about. Problem is, you help too much on Chryssikopoulos, and he's got these shooters out on the perimeter, shooting at 45% as a team on the season. Just waiting to have that room. So Chryssikopoulos draws a foul. Just fixing some things on the table. Looks like we'll be ready to get underway. Just a little confirmation. The foul went against Austin Day. Now it comes in. Chryssikopoulos finds the high post. Moreira moves it on to Jones. Jones hesitates, has it tipped. Goss picks it up. Now he's got to find some room. Finds Moreira, turns and fires. Is good. Moreira, Angolan international. Played college basketball in the US. Now moved over to Europe. As Haynes has it. Tipped away by Cognares. That's a tough matchup for the young Greek point guard. So you see the Venezia bench. Mitchell Watt on the right-hand side of your picture looking on. It's tipped away from Vidmar. Cognares, first man to it. He'll give it up. Chryssikopoulos dunks it home for the easy two. An unselfish play from Cognares. Gave it up. Got his scorer, an easy basket. And a strong start for Chryssikopoulos then. He has 4. Oh, the 6 for PAOK. And he's going to pick up a foul on this end of the floor. Trying to reach in against Austin Day. Chryssikopoulos been everywhere so far. It's actually called against Jamal Jones, rather than the contact there. So Stone finds Haynes wide open, knocks it down. Haynes having a strong year. Impressive numbers from him. 15 points, shooting 41%. He's one of this host of guys that won the 2018 FIBA Euro Cup with Venezia. So they have experience of winning European competition. They're going to play a zone here, and Cognares turns it over. Vidmar read it well. Interesting tactic from Venezia. Early into the zone, only a couple of minutes into the game, as Cognares is going to foul Austin Day. Just took a shot to the jaw. He's the man who commits the foul. Day comes over. He'll be the entry man. Vidmar collects it. That's through Washington. And now Day, guarded by Chryssikopoulos. Day backing it down. Turns, fades, fires. Can't get it. Vidmar picking up those offensive rebounds as Julian Stone can't hit the 3. Quickly the other way. Chryssikopoulos pulls it out to Cognares now. Defense switches. And Chryssikopoulos will try and post up here against Washington. They allow him to go one-on-one, and Chryssikopoulos again makes them pay. Gone to work in that low post so far here. Chryssikopoulos, 6 points now for him. There's a quick 3 the other way is good. How is Austin Day giving that much room? A man who is known for his three-point prowess and always has been. 42% he is on the Basketball Champions League season. Jones goes inside to Christopoulos. This time they got Washington on him. Still, he's able to back him down. Spins and Vidmar comes across. Good pass. Then Vidmar wipes it away once, but Moreira finishes it off. Wow, great play from both sides there. Excellent pass to get it into the hands of Moreira. He was blocked on his first attempt. Put it home on the second as Washington can't finish. Moreira fired up. And after he thought he was fouled, runs the floor. Canyaris, though, wants him to set the screen. Moreira puts it on the floor. Takes that mid-range jump shot. Loves to shoot it. Knocks it down. A strong start from Moreira as well. He and Christopoulos have combined for all 12 of the points for PAOK. Skip pass. Washington wide open. Misses it. They wanted the extra pass. Moreira it is. That's going to pick up the foul, I believe. Let's have another look. Yeah. Just hangs on to Vidmar. There's the pass to the inside. Vidmar gets up, wipes it out cleanly. Moreira collects it and gets the score. Day in the post. Spins, gets Christopoulos in the air, is tipped away. Looked like Phil Goss got a hand on it. Here comes Canyaris. Finds Goss. There's space for him. Let him attack here against Day. Goss tries to throw the pass. It gets deflected into the hands of Jones. He misses before Goss picks it up. And now he finds Moreira, who gets up high, lays it in. Yannick Moreira moves to 8 points. He seems to love playing against Venezia, and an early timeout here because PAOK rolling behind Moreira. And Christopoulos early have the 14-7 lead. Not the start that Venezia would have wanted then. Forced into an early timeout because of some strong offense from PAOK. They really do look like a team which has hit some confidence. We said the struggles through the early stages of the Basketball Champions League. They also lost a couple of early ones in the Greek First Division as well. But won their last two, including a victory against Vero, 77-64. This past weekend. Fans have travelled from Venice here, trying to cheer their team on. It's not been a happy start for them. As right now, PAOK definitely the team with that momentum. Of course, it is very early stages. It's that man there, inside Yannick Moreira, that has led the way. Linus Christopoulos showed his versatility in the low post. Washington hands it off to Haynes. Haynes finds Vidmar. Then Washington. He goes baseline and checks himself on the front of the ring though. Jones comes the other way. Finds Canyaris. Washington recovers well. Canyaris finds Moreira, pick and pop. Thought he would have taken that one the way he shot it. Patience though, as Canyaris gets into the lane and he's called for the offensive foul. And he dropped the shoulder into his defender. Let's have a look. Washington made the most of it. Referee didn't like it from Canyaris, and it's his second. No Afanau in the lineup tonight for PAOK. That'll be something to watch. Such a key performer usually in that backcourt as the three misses from Haynes. Fight for the rebound. Jones is fouled by Vidmar. Fight for the rebound, Vidmar. Oh, yep, Vidmar called for it. So he goes back to PAOK. We get it into the hands of Moreira once more, and Moreira doing what he has done in his first 6 minutes here. 2 more, moves to double figures already. 10 points for him, 5 of 6 from the field. It's a defense is struggling right now. Vidmar collects it, finishes it with authority. All that spark life into the Italians here. Giannis gives it over to Goss. Goss gets the switch of Vidmar. Defense comes back. Moreira has some space, finds Cognares. Takes the step back. Yeah, Goss wide open. Wrong decision there, and it's going to lead to transition the other way. Haynes lays it up for 2. Well, Cognares, that's why these decisions are so important. And just as I said, after now, you're not in the roster. He's going to sub himself into the game. So he was sat very much wrapped up warm on the sideline in tracksuit. Well, subs in early here, replaces Cognares. After now, another of these guys has got great experience with the Greek national team this past season in the international windows. Goss waiting. Yes, Moreira to come sit the screen. Goss draws a lot of attention. Moreira cuts back door, collects it, finishes it. Well, the rotation from Venezia just not right there. They switched the ball screen. Haynes expected somebody else to pick Moreira up on the roll to the basket. He was trying to find the next man, and the defense just not rotating quick enough. Which wants the foul, to the disgust of Papa Theodoro. Substitutions as Moreira picks up his second. He has to go out. And yes, Garrett comes in to replace him. And Mazzola comes in for his first action for Venezia. There he is, the number 22. Julian Stone having a quick word with Coach Raphael as Vidmar at the line. An area he's consistently struggled throughout his career, Gasper Vidmar. Next 2 of 2 there, though, as the pressure comes up the floor. And now Venezia slip into this 3-2 zone. Michael Ramos is in as Jones gets a wide open look. Break down defensively there. Mazzola campaigning. May well have a point there. It did look like it came off Garrett last time. Remains with PAOK. Athanaou got Vidmar on the switch. He's going to dance with it, find some room. Comes up short though. Stone rebounds and pushes in the opposite direction. Ramos reverses it now. Stone trying to find that room. Gets to the baseline. Good pass from him, and Mazzola finishes it off. Well, excellent play from Julian Stone. Put it on a plate for his big man. And Mazzola, his first points of the evening. Again, 3-2 zone. Looks like they're going to switch into man-to-man. Ball screen comes. Jones steps back, fires it. Just 2 on the shot clock. Comes up short, and a foul will be called. So a foul will go against Julian Stone on the box out. Just trying to keep Garrett to the outside as Mitchell Watt comes in for his first action. It's such a good performance in the first game between these two teams. Mitchell Watt, remember, 25 points. Goss kicks it. Jones, it opens up for Jones down the middle. Huge Huge dunk from Jones right down the middle. Defense too late to react. And Jamal Jones welcomes himself to the game with a big-time dunk. Watt on the low block to the cheers from the crowd. Gets to the running hook and makes it. That's what he can do, Mitchell Watt. Great finish from him. And it's somehow keeping themselves in this game as the three comes from Goss. He knocks it down. Crowd starting to get into this one now. First the dunk, then the three. After a strong performance early from PAOK, and a team which is usually known for the way they control tempo, look after the score. 23 points for them here in this first quarter. 7 on the clock. Ramos for three, can't get it to go. Garrett falls to the floor, he bangs his head. That's going to be a nasty one. Garrett banged the back of his head on the floor as he fell. Watch this one, his arm was just kind of hit right there, lost his legs. As he goes down, Garrett hits his head. There's Jones getting up. Rotation too late, and he just took off. Incredible from Jones. You'll see that one again on social media, that's for sure. Definitely fouled. Haynes doesn't like it. That is the coaching staff of Venezia as well. You've got to say Garrett might have been moving on that screen. Did take a big step to the side, didn't he? And again, done the same thing there. As Goss knocks down the three, that was on the previous possession. He now goes out. So, Athanayu at the line. Shizas is in for PAOK, wearing the number 5. Andrea Di Nicolau comes in as well for Venezia. Athanayu makes the first. And the second. Crowd looks on. Bit of pressure from PAOK. Last 25 seconds of this first quarter. Di Nicolau now gets the ball in his hands safely, calls the play, organises his team. Not really a difference between shot and game clock. Ramos hands it over to Haynes. Haynes spins away from the defense, kicks it out. Good find from him as the three is up, but it doesn't drop. One final chance, last few seconds. Athanayu from the half. Wasn't too far away. A strong first quarter from PAOK though. 25 points for them. Sees them have an 8-point lead here. 25 plays 17. PAOK over Umana Reyer Venezia. Statistics from that first quarter. 3-point shooting, which we expected to be high indeed from these two teams, has been anything but the 2-point play has been good as both teams have used that post-up game to great success. Inside combo for PAOK has been most efficient as well, with Moreira and Chrysokopoulos both getting off to strong starts. And we set the scenes before a little recovery from Venezia, saw them come back. And we see Jones in the highlight dunk. Really sparked his team again. Mitchell Watt came in off the bench late on, got the score. Teams back out onto the floor as the second quarter getting ready to get underway. Will Hatcher making his first appearance for PAOK, the point guard position. here in the backcourt. Inside Jones, Athanasiou, Chryssikopoulos, and Garrett. As Venezia have the ball. We'll go with Bramos, Day, Nicolau, Stone, and Watt. And here's Watt. He fails to convert on the first possession. There's Athanasiou going the other way. Looking inside to Chryssikopoulos. This is what worked in the early stages. Chryssikopoulos getting deep against Austin Day. Steps through, draws the foul, and scores as well. What a game from Linos Chryssikopoulos. Spider-Man, as he is known, moves to 8. Fouls against Day rather than Watt. As Chryssikopoulos will go to the line, a 10-point lead for PAOK. And you can see how this is a team which has won their last 4 in this competition. The foul was against Day. 9 for Chryssikopoulos, 10 for Moreira already. And now Chryssikopoulos on the defensive end. Spider-Man once more to Hatcher for 3 is good. PAOK rolling here in the first half over Venezia. Venezia not having a response right now. Day turns the corner, trying to find something. Gets it to Watt. Watt deep in the lane. It's going to cook for 3 seconds. Watt just stands and looks at the official. Here's the defense of Chryssikopoulos, tips it away from Day. Finds Hatcher on the trail, and he buries the 3. There's a lot of discussion going on between Order de Rafael and the officials, and I can understand why on that call. 3 seconds against Mitchell Watt. Nothing working for the Italians here. So Hatch up, brings it down. They'll slip into the zone again. Venezia. It did work for them. The trouble is they haven't been able to score at the opposite end to get into it, as the illegal screen is now called. We saw a couple of replays of similar screens getting set in that first quarter by Garrett. This time he's whistled for the illegal one, as Athanasiou made the 3 behind him. He's frustrated. Theodori doesn't like the call. Stone at the point. Garrett picks up his first. Bigger line up on the floor for Venezia now. Haynes comes off the screen. Good kick out. Now the extra pass to Bramos in the corner, and Bramos knocks it down. Good clean look from him, his first points. There's Athanasiou, comes off the screen. Gives it to Hatcher. Finds Chryssikopoulos, who glides in. Too strong from him off the glass though. Stone pushing, kicks it, open 3 for Day. Knocks it down, back-to-back triples for Venezia, and they're back into this one. Well, said PAOK are rolling, but how quickly the game can change. Back-to-back triples for Venezia. Good find from Julian Stone in transition. And there's the first one. Day kicking it to the open man, Michael Bramos in the corner. So despite the strong play of Chryssikopoulos and Moreira, Venezia hanging on right now. A balanced attack from them. Day has 6 of 2 threes to lead the way. Haynes has 4 as well. Get ready to get back to the action here in Thessaloniki. Ian Stone and Day led the charge on that last possession. Stone with a defensive rebound and push. That's why he's so dangerous. His ability to play defense on the inside. He's a bigger guard, and then offensively handle it and push in transition. And we see him guarding Will Hatcher at the point. Switching onto the Athanasiou, pressuring him out into the backcourt as Athanasiou turns. Has it blocked? Gets it back, no. Has it blocked again? No. Deflected into the hands of Christopoulos, who pulls up, too strong. And Ramos goes the other way. Who's come out? And Stone looks for the screen. Finds Day. Day, bullet pass to the inside, and a foul is going to be called against Hatcher. He didn't like the call. And it's going to be 2 shots here. There's Paul Balaga. Go to the line. 28-year-old Italian centre, Paul Balaga. And he averages 3 points per game. As he makes the first. So, Balaga makes 2 of 2. Cuts it to a 6-point game. Hatcher picks it up, trying to find something. Defense picking up. The lob and finish. Garrett fouled as well. They call the coaching staff already up in the air for PAOK before the whistle was blown. Great pass from Athanasiou, threw it over the top of the defense. Garrett with the finish. And now he's got the chance to add a bonus after getting his first points of the night. Knocks it down. Pressure up the floor from PAOK. Stone beats it easily. They've established a 9-point lead again now, PAOK. Every time Venezia have an answer, PAOK respond. Hatcher doesn't give up on the play. Summed up this effort from the Greek team. Hatcher chasing his man off the screen. He split between 2 defenders. Marquise Haynes, but his pass going out to the corner was taken away by the man who was supposed to be guarding him. Hatcher, tenacity to not give up on the play. Day collects it on the wing. 5 seconds for him on the clock. Got to have a hand up here. Day loves to shoot it. Fakes it, and the defense does the right thing. Garrett deflects the shot. Gets a block, and now Athanasiou the other way. He's going to try and foul against Day. He doesn't like the call. It's a soft one, but Day has his arm out. He's pushing in the back of Athanasiou. Just no need for him to do it. It's a cheap foul for him to give up and give the opportunity for the referee to call it. And what's going to replace him as Day's picked up his 3rd foul now. Athanasiou waiting. It's the switch, kicks it to the corner. Nice pass back into the hands of Athanasiou. 3 on the clock. Balaga trying to stop the 3 from getting away. He doesn't, but it's an air ball. So shot clock violation against PAOK. And possession back to Venezia as well. There is Tepic. Milenko Tepic. Seeing his first action. Stone. Ramos sends the pass to the inside. Good kick out from Watt. Wide open for Haynes. Doesn't go though. Good offense from Venezia, but it just didn't end in any points for them. Hatcher. Nowhere to go, finds Christopoulos. He's got to throw it back to Hatcher. No shot clock again from PAOK. Much better defense from Venezia. But it doesn't matter because Hatcher's made the shot. And that's been the difference between these two teams right now. PAOK looked a little lost. You know, everybody was looking around. Hatcher just steps up and knocks down the three, though. On the other end, Venezia ran some great offense. Just didn't find the finished product, though. As they get it to the inside. What? Tries to score over two guys. Can't finish. PAOK the other way. We've got Garrett down the floor early. Christopoulos cuts, but we can't find him. Now he'll have it on the wing. Christopoulos. Back into the hands of Athanasiou, who throws it towards Garrett, who is fouled by Ramos. Ramos sacrificed the personal, knowing he wasn't going to be able to stop Garrett in and around the basket. Team fouls from now against Venezia. Athanasiou throws it high. Christopoulos takes it in. Can't finish. It is Stone getting to the ring. Draws the contact. Good strong drive from Julian Stone. He was rewarded for it. Foul's going to go against Shizas. As Christopoulos misses. And you can see why he looked towards the official wanting a foul call. Stone forces his way to the line. 2 shots from him, makes the first. First point of the night for Julian Stone. Does have 3 rebounds and 5 assists. As he makes it a 10-point game. Hatcher kicks it back. A lot of room for him against Watt here. Watt gets beaten and fouls Hatcher on his way to the basket. Good recognition from PAOK. And it's not got those matchups right. Watt trying to keep Hatcher out of the lane. Tough matchup for him. And that's the foul trouble against Dustin Day. They're having to go to this big lineup. Watt playing at the 4. And PAOK taking advantage of that. Goss comes back into the game. Surprised we haven't seen Moreira after his strong start. He remains on the bench. Garrett has been playing well, though. As has this man, Hatcher's played 5.5 minutes. And has 6 points. That's his first miss. Second is good. 7 points personal from him. The lead is 11. Ramos waiting for Stone. Defense switches. Stone trying to find somebody. Flips it to the inside. Balaga is fouled. Smart play again. The defense switched the cross screen between Balaga and Stone. And it left poor Phil Goss trying to guard the big man on the inside. So Balaga goes out. Deron Washington in. Let me move Watt to the 5. More traditional spot for him. Ramos for 2, doesn't get it. Washington tips it. And now the open 3. In and out from Goody. Again, good offense. Doesn't result in any points for Venezia. Goss has the lane. Rejected by Watt. And here they come in transition. Ramos to Washington. He kicks it out. And it's going to be a turnover. Because Marco Goody had his foot on the sideline. All for nothing for Venezia then. Great defense from Mitchell Watt. See the left boot. Touching that sideline. Herrera does come back now. And places Garrett. But at 12 points, 6 of 7 from the field in just 7 minutes. Goss draws the switch. They're going to try and go to Herrera here, surely, against Washington. No, they don't, because Hatcher will take the jumper. In and out. Herrera the advantage on the glass, but good work between Washington and Stone. Here comes Stone. Kicks it out. Washington thought about the pass. Attacks himself and lays it up. Theodorou. Theodorou wants the travel. He's not going to get it though. And that's a little run here in these last 3 minutes. Really give them some confidence going into the second half. The drive and foul. Nearly the M1 as it rolls out. Stavros Shizas. Wasn't the prettiest drive, was it? It seemed nearly lose it on his way to the ring. It worked out for him. That's the play they wanted to travel on. PAOK. Chris Coplas goes out. And De Nicolau comes in for Venezia. Jones has come back for PAOK. See Margaritas on the left-hand side of the picture there. So often an important player for this PAOK team. Second is good. 11-point lead again. Stone picks it up, tries to find someone, kicks it into the hands of Watt. Now they got space as bodies fall to the floor, and it's going to be a foul against Venezia. Washington trying to seal his man. Probably didn't need the fight. See it here, look, he's trying to seal his man, hooks him, pulls him in, but Mitchell Watt has it on the block. The ability to go one-on-one, which we know he can do. Wasn't given the chance. Goss pulls it out. Thought about the three and then tried to make the tough pass to Herrera on the inside. Good defense to tip it away. 5 seconds on the clock. PAOK to get the score. Hatcher bringing it in. Finds Goss in the corner for 3 is good. Oh, the bench was up early. They knew that was going to go from Phil Gross. Great look from him. 6 points personal as a turnover. Gives it back to PAOK. 43 points for them this quarter. Goss getting those feet set outside the three-point line, knocking it down. Great camera work there. And what a first half this has been for PAOK. Can they continue to pile on this misery? Goss fires it. Can't get it. Transition the other way. Defense recovers well though. And now there's only 10 on the clock. Haynes has been quiet. Gets it. Gives it over to De Nicolau. De Nicolau spins away from Herrera, kicks it to the corner. Extra pass, but they're going to have the time. Haynes just manages to get it away and gets a score. 7 for Marquise Haynes. He just hasn't had an influence on this first half though. Limited opportunities. He's 3 of 5 from the field. Need to try and get him involved in this second half if they can. As Herrera throws it down. Breakdown on the rotation from Venezia. Herrera moves to 14 and a timeout with 1:08 remaining. So 1:08 remaining. Venezia needs some sort of momentum into this second half if they can. Right now they're facing a 13-point deficit. Momentum and everything working for PAOK. They just look so confident, so comfortable offensively. Venezia need a way to change that if they can. They have Austin Day already on the bench with 3 fouls. So who is going to step up in his absence? See it there, 22-10. Points in the paint. And the only way to counter that is by some excellent three-point shooting. And right now, Venezia 4 of 11, but PAOK 4 of 10. So, not really working for Venezia. I think as much as they'll have their concerns about their offense, it's going to be the defensive end that they're going to be so frustrated, giving up 45 points in the first half. Something's going to have to change if they want any way back in this second half. Well, this final minute here may well give them something to talk about, some sort of confidence into the second half. De Nicolau has some room, picks it up. Passes to Haynes, who just covered with defenders. Washington eventually finds the space to lay it up along the baseline. Cuts the lead to 11. Now they need to stop Venezia. Hatcher isolated on this near side. Haynes tips it. And it goes out of bounds. Good be from Haynes. 6 seconds now on the clock. She will try and bring it in. Finds Goss. Goss isolated at the top. Puts it on the floor. Right hand pulls up. It's going to be fouled by Marquis Haynes. Marcus Haynes commits it. Doesn't like it. Let's have another look. Yeah, that's a foul. Clear call for the official. And Goss, who has 4 assists, will be at the line. He has 10 efficiency as he has 6 points. First trip to the line for him, though. Man out of Drexel University in Philadelphia. Veteran now, 35 years of age, 12-year professional career. Second, doesn't go, smartly tipped by Washington. Saved his team a point there. As we hit the last 20 seconds. De Nicolau gets it into the hands of Goody. Now Goody takes a dribble to the side, fires a 3, knocks it down. Big shot from Marco Goody. A much needed basket for Venezia. And we said there'll be plays like that that may well give them some confidence going into the second half, because right now they need it. PAOK, a tremendous first 20 minutes, sees them have the 46-37 lead over Umana Reyer Venezia. The Italians hanging on. A huge 3 from Marco Goody there at the end of the half. As you can see Venezia's numbers, 53, 42 and 100. Pretty good percentages from them, but they've just been outdone by PAOK. Well, offensively, the Italian team have been pretty good. PAOK have just been that much better right now. That's something that both teams, I'm sure, will be talking about at the halftime break. How can they improve their defensive end? Herrera leads the way for PAOK scoring. Haynes leads the way for Venezia's. Julian Stone done a bit of everything else defensively for his team. And Chrysiakopoulos, his first appearance in those stats doesn't tell the story of how well he has played. See him there, 9 points as the second leading scorer for PAOK. Started this game and really did set the standard for his team in the early going. You've seen there previously on the little post up. That was the way the game started. He did a bit of everything. Linos Chrysiakopoulos. And between him and Moreira, they had the opening 12 points for PAOK, leading them to the early lead. Venezia always since that point have been hanging on, really. They've never led in this game. And the lead at one stage 14 in favour of the Greek hosts. However, that last second three for Makaguri sees that his team now trail by single digits. They got it back to 9. It'll be interesting to see if that will bring any sort of confidence to the Italians for the second half. So we're going to take a break here. It is 46-37 at the half. Make sure you go nowhere for second half action coming up after about a 10-minute break here. welcome back to Thessaloniki. It is half time here. We're in the first game back after the international break in the Basketball Champions League. Game day 8 of the regular season. These two teams faced off in Venice in game day 1, with Umana Reyer Venezia coming out on top. Reversal of fortunes right now at the half. PAOK have the 9-point lead, 46-37, over their Italian visitors. And the Greek team have been in fine form in that first 20 minutes. Really did play some outstanding basketball. This, remember, is a team in PAOK that lost their first 3 games in the Basketball Champions League. They've turned that around. Now they sit with 4 wins and 3 losses. Having won 4 straight before the international break. Really did start to find their groove. And they're on their way to their 5th straight win here against a team in Umana Reyer Venezia that is yet to lose on the road in this competition. A strong start for PAOK, led by the duo of Linos Chryssikopoulos and Yannick Merera. Set the standards early, as those two scored all 12 of PAOK's first few points and gave their team a good lead. Venezia have been hanging on for the majority of that first half. They've never led here, and really the only bit of positiveness that you can take if you're a Venezia player or fan is that it could have been so much worse. Mustin Day has 3 fouls. He had to leave the game early. They've struggled to slow down this PAOK offense in any way. But they were facing a 14-point deficit before a couple of big plays in that final minute, including a 3-point shot right on the buzzer by Marco Guri. Really did bring them back into this game. It made it a single-digit lead for PAOK, and will that be enough to give some confidence to Venezia? Remember, they currently sit in 2nd place, just 1 game back of Tenerife, with a 5-2 record. So Venezia out onto the floor early, ready to go, as PAOK will join them shortly. Going through a little discussion of officials. And Linos Chryssikopoulos comes out onto the floor. Phil Goss as well. Jamal Jones, Will Hatcher, and Darius Garrett will make up the 5 for PAOK. As Venezia go with Ramos, Haynes, Stone, Vidmar, and Washington to start the second half. Goss splits between a couple of defenders and lays it up for an easy 2. Well, it's going to be a frustrating start for Coach Rafael there, because no doubt he would have talked a lot of defense in that halftime break, to see his team just give up a wide open layup on the first possession. Washington hangs in the air, gets the finish. It's not that end where they've got the big problems, though. It is here on the defensive end. They're going to have to try and make some changes to find any way back into this game. For now, waits, finds Jones, who finds Chryssikopoulos. This is the way they started the game. Chryssikopoulos draws the contact. Looks like he will go to the line for 2. Washington called for the foul. Yeah, Washington didn't take the contact. He was the man pushing. As we see him on the opposite end of the floor, he got the score. There's Goss splitting between 2 people for the easy layup. Inline possession, nearly turned over, and in fact it is. Chryssikopoulos did tip it into the hands of Merera, but he was out of bounds when he did that. So sideline possession. Papa Theodoro having a discussion with the official. He is warned for his frustrations. He'll take a foul next time. As Stone plays at the point, comes down, straight towards the paint. All cut off. Now no one getting available for him. Eventually he finds Vidmar. It's slow from Venezia as they find Vidmar. He kicks it out. Now they get it all the way back round to Stone. His three is off. And Goss will come the other way. Goss trying to find Moreira, loose pass on him. He puts his hands on his head, frustrated. A sloppy start for both teams then. Vidmar reverses it around. They're trying to post up Washington. This is the play that worked early. Haynes fouled. Looking around as if to say, it can't have been against me. But it is his foul. Yeah, you can see left arm. Yeah, pushing, holding. Stone. Stops and hesitates, kicks it out to Haynes. Clean look from him. I said in the first half they need to get Marcus Haynes going. He's an important offensive factor for this Venezia team. Now over to Jones. Jones kicks it out. Chrysikopoulos, low post. Tipped by Washington, and it will go back to Venezia. After the free-flowing offense of that first 20 minutes, the defenses have both started to take some sort of strides. Just two apiece here in the first 2.5 minutes of the second half. Haynes comes off the screen, goes between the legs. Haynes kicks it. Open three. Bramos can't get it. Great look for him. Excellent three-point shooter. And Goss now waits for Moreira. Finds him on the little cut. Moreira kicks it out. Athanaou. He can't get it to go. Good shooters on both sides. Missed clean looks. Ramos to Washington. Puts it on the floor. Glides in. Can't make the score, though. I think he'll be frustrated. He should have made that one. He will get his chance from the line. Got such a athletic ability. Throw on Washington. So quick. Excellent jumper as well. So at the line. Washington cuts this lead to 7. Off the screen, Athanaou tries to scoop it up, can't get it. Eventually a foul is called. Stone doesn't like it. Athanaou would be at the line. He's got 2 shots, just 2 points in the game for Athanaou. Struggling from the field, 0 of 4. Chrysikopoulos goes out. He is replaced. Stavros Shizas, 29-year-old 6'5" guard. Now he makes the pair. Lead back to 8. And scoring quarter continues. Haynes kicks it to Stone. Stone looking around. They want to get it into hands of Vidmar, but he's being well guarded. So now Stone puts it on the floor, finds Haynes for 3. Can't get it. 3-point shootings. Evading them right now off a couple of good looks. Haynes has had a couple. Ramos has had one as well. Now sells a couple of fakes now. Finds Moreira. Jump shot doesn't go. Lid on the basket for both teams. Here comes Stone the other way. Can't find anything. So he has to go into the hands of Washington. Now, Stone on the post up. Gets it to go. Halfway out. Shouting instructions from the side. 6-point game. Venezia just chipping away here. Making it interesting as it's dribbled into the backcourt. And it's going to be a Venezia ball. Off of the leg of Athanaou. Crowd just getting a little frustrated here, I think. Venezia, after a disappointing first 20 minutes, got themselves right back into this game here. You know, defensively, what a great job by them. And after giving up those 46 points in the first half, just 3 here in the second. Only 4.5 minutes in. Stone's going to post again and look high-low for him. Vidmar can't find him, goes to Washington. 3 on the clock, takes a tough 3 and he banks it home. Deron Washington. You can see the reaction of Papa Theodorou. Not a happy man, because this is slowly becoming a second-half nightmare for PAOK. A 3-point game here. 49 plays 46. Athanaou takes the 3, comes up way short. Ramos pushing. They got numbers if they want it. Washington through the gears all the way. Can't finish. Stone tips it home. It's a 1-point game. Well, what a start to this second half for Venezia. Venezia were trailing at the half by 9, an 11-3 run to start this second half, as they have held PAOK, a team which scored 46 points in the first 20 minutes, to just 3 here in the first 5 minutes of the second half. And it is a 1-point game. Wow, what a change this second half has been on this game. PAOK so comfortable offensively in that first half. Really did look impressive. Venezia struggling to get any sort of defensive stops, but now it's all changed. 11-3 run here. And as Goss misses, 5 for the rebound, goes to Washington, and he runs in transition. Fouled by Moreira. All of this, remember, with Austin Day on the bench as well for Venezia. Great rebound for Washington. He's been a revelation in the second half, been everywhere. I'm going to check the monitors here, see if it's going to be an unsportsmanlike foul or just a regular foul, as Garrett talking it over with the coaching staff. So he's going to come in for Moreira. This is what they want to see. Is there a play on the ball for Moreira, from Moreira? I'm sure there is. So the question is that an unsportsmanlike foul? In which case there'll be 2 shots and possession, or is it just a regular sideline? Regular foul, so sideline possession. Not an unsportsmanlike. Moreira subs out. Garrett comes back in. Fourth foul against Yannick Moreira. What a disappointment for him after such a strong first half. He's going to have to spend extended time on the bench. As Stone will post up against Goss. Got a good advantage here on the low block. Stone draws the foul. It's that left-hand block, that side, that end of the floor. That's the same place where Christopoulos had so much joy at the beginning of the first half, and now Julian Stone is having that success. Look inside to Stone, can't find him. So they'll reverse to Haynes, goes through the gears. Haynes glides in for the two. And Venezia have their first lead of the game. What a turnaround. Great finish from Haynes. And now Hatcher looking for options. Nothing really on. It's slow, it's stagnant from PAOK. And now it's tipped from Jones, or from Julian Stone. Goes out of bounds. Hatcher collects it. Less than 5 on the clock. Tries to make something happen. Dances between a couple of defenders. Can't get it to finish. And a foul. Jones going up. Theodore wants an unsportsmanlike foul. I'm not sure he's going to get that. Washington frustrated. There's the foul. Can be an end-line possession. Venezia, their first lead of the game here. Now can they protect it on the defensive end? Hatcher looking for something. Eventually gets it into Shizas. Goss. Can't beat Haynes, playing some good defense. Goss trying to find somebody. Finds Jones. Good little fake from him. Finds some room, but well, it's almost a reversal of fortune from the first half. Good offense from PAOK. They just couldn't finish the play. Washington's lost his shoe. Got it half on his foot as he continues to play here. Haynes draws 2 people. Gets it to Ramos for 3. Way short from him. Shot clock was winding down. This is the gliding finish from Haynes. Look at the way he protects the ball. You know, he extends it out with his right hand. Stone telling his team how they need to play on the defensive end. Crowd starting to find a little voice here now after their team has struggled in this third quarter. Still just 3 points in 7 minutes now. Jamal Jones goes in. Can't get the finish. He is fouled, and it's going to be Austin Day, who has just set foot on the floor after spending the whole of the quarter on the bench. There's the foul, and Day will go out again. 4th foul against him. He was out because of foul problems. And Jones, who's got one high-flying dunk in the first half, comes up short on the first. Bench looking on for PAOK. Jones makes the second, ties it at 50. Guri. It's such an important 3 at the end of that first half for Venezia. Now Haynes finds Watt to the inside, wants to get to that left hand. He does, but it's rejected by Garrett. Watt stays with it, forces it back up for the 2. Mitchell Watt, an incredible effort play, surrounded by 3 defenders for PAOK. Got the first shot rejected. Fought his way to the 2. Hatcher now loses his man, takes the jumper, way long. Offensive rebound and put back from Jones. It's been the only guy in this third quarter, Jamal Jones. Ties it again. 3 points for him here in this quarter. Haynes pulls up way short. His days stayed on the floor with those 4 fouls. Goss isolating himself. Pulls it back out. Playing against Marco Guri. He's going to force him to the baseline. Pass is kicked. And the sideline possession. 14 seconds on the clock. Goes to bring it in. Here is Goss finding Garrett. Garrett rejected by Watt. Washington will push it the other way. They need to move the ball there, had some advantage, but defense is back now, so they have to take their time. Tied game 52 here. Off the screen, Goody draws two people. Someone's going to be open. Haynes was free, didn't look for the ball. Goody looks towards him, says no one was guarding you, but Haynes was cutting through the key. So De Nicolau comes in. And replaces Haynes. Hatcher finds Jones. Denied back though, Hatcher. They've got to fight, nothing happening. 10 seconds on the clock and just one pass. Jones takes the three, can't get it. Washington again on that rebound and push. Goody calls the play. Finds Watt. Watt just turns and goes. Gets to that left hand. Can't finish this one. And then a foul will be against Washington. Speaking to the official, said his arm was being held. A lot of chat from both benches, both teams towards the officials. Washington claimed there was an elbow. Not sure I saw that. As Mazzola comes in. So 52 apiece here. That's at the line. Second from him. He's good. Theodoris Zaras separates the two teams. A foul will go against Zaras, who are in the bonus. Silly play. Just sends Washington to the line. There's no need for that. Clear foul. The official couldn't get any closer. Washington has put together that impressive stat line there, 13 and 6. A lot of those coming in the second half. Been a difference maker for me. Zaras puts it on the floor. Stopped. Fires over the top. Oh, Mazzola makes it. An instant offense from him. Watt reverses it on. Now De Nicolau, tough pass from him. Well read from Jones. PAOK with the lead. Final 10 seconds of the third quarter. Goss is going to bring it down. They'll space the floor. Goss gets into the lane, loses it, bounces out, will stay with PAOK. 1.3 seconds remains. Hatcher will be the entry man. Bench stands for PAOK. Go to Zaras. They ran that same play in the first half, got the same shot. Zaras made it, but he put a foot out of bounds, so it will not count. Great execution once more for PAOK. Here's Zaras wide open, but that left foot on the sideline. That one is waved away. discussion, trying to fix the clock, make sure it's right. I think we're going to go off the shot clock rather than the game clock here. Just showing 1.2. That will be 1.2 left in this quarter. Plenty of time to get a shot. Diniclau will bring it in. Still wait. Not sure what for. And now, Diniclau looking. You get a good look. Goody for three. Too strong. Well-designed play. Got a good clean look. Tough shot though. Marco Goody couldn't hit it. But what a third quarter for Umana Reyer Venezia. They trail by one, 54-55. But let's not forget, it was a 9-point game at the half. As they took that third quarter 17-9. And a PAOK team which had looked so good offensively held to just 9 points there. You can see the three-point woes starting to come for PAOK. A number of good looks in that third quarter, just 31% now. As a team, they shoot 45% on the season. Without that threat, it has been hard for them to get any sort of points. Phil Goss started the third quarter with that layup, and that was the only points they scored for a very long time indeed. PAOK. They had just 3 points in the first 7 minutes of the quarter. Venezia doing a bit of everything behind some strong play from Deron Washington in that quarter. Here he is, first hitting the three, then on the drive, Stone tipping it home. They've got themselves right back into the game. It's set up a fascinating final 10 minutes here in the PAOK Sports Arena in Thessaloniki. Interesting to see who can take command of this game. PAOK had a 14-point lead in that first half, and it's they've taken the lead for the first time in the third quarter. They've never had an advantage more than 2 points. Will this be the quarter where they can press home a lead? Or will it be PAOK to regain that offensive fluidity that they had through the first half? Opening possession of the fourth and final quarter will go to Venezia then. As Michael Ramos brings it in. He's out there with Stone, Washington, Paul Balaga. And Marco Goody. Extra pass. 3. Ramos knocks it down. Opening shot is a good one for Venezia. Tied with their largest lead of the game now, 57-55. Hatcher has it, waits for Goss, Garrett, Jones and Zadas. They're 5. They've gone with the smaller lineup, see if that can help at all. Hatcher's step back, doesn't go. Washington with yet another rebound. And now Stone handling the ball at the point. Finds Washington. Balaga on the inside. Steps through and finishes over the top of Darius Garrett. Well, probably the shot that PAOK wanted. Venezia made it. 4-point lead now. What a second half this has been for the Italian team on the road. Offensive foul against Garrett. Remember, this Venezia team unbeaten on the road. And they're showing why here. Coming from behind, trailing by 14 in that first half. As Garrett picks up his second offensive foul on screens. Hatcher goes out. Conyades, who we've not seen a lot of since the start of the game, back in now. Stone finds Ramos. Goody. Gets his man on his back, gets into the lane, stops and fires it. They're feeling it right now, Venezia. Everything working for them after getting themselves back into the game in that third quarter. They've opened the fourth with a 7-0 run. Incredible turnaround here. And timeout called by PAOK as they trail this one 61-55. Can that timeout have any effect for PAOK? Cognares gets it into the hands of Goss. Goss to Chryssikopoulos, who's been on that bench through this important spell. Almost holding his ground. Called for the foul, though. Trying to force Chryssikopoulos towards the baseline. Cognares calls the play. Zone for Venezia. Goss. Waiting. Switching defense between Stone and Washington, but it didn't get a can close enough to Phil Goss. He knocks it down to move to 12. And it's a 3-point lead now. Ramos. It's in the hands of Goody. Played some big minutes, or some important minutes. Washington trying to find something. Double team comes. Washington picks it up. Trying to find someone. Turns it over into the hands of Cognares. They've got numbers here. PAOK. Goss wants it on the near side. Jones glides in, but it's going to be waved away for an offensive foul. Good play from Washington on the defensive end to draw the charge. Jones comes up, hurting. Crowd don't like the call. No mistake about that one. Washington was the man who turned it over at one end, made up for it, didn't he? There he is, in position. No, he's clearly still. Couldn't quite see his feet, but I didn't think, they're not even close to the charge circle. I see it as a good call. The crowd here disagree. I think the referee's spot on. And then a bench technical to back it up for PAOK. So there'll be one free throw then. Possession back for Venezia. Washington making plays. Impressive second half from him. He was quiet in that first 20 minutes. Goody, who made the important three before the half. I can't underestimate how, important that one shot was in this game. They were down by 11. No, down by 12, excuse me. Venezia, the last few seconds of the first half. Goody makes the three to cut it to 9, just gives his team some momentum. And ever since that point, it has been, Venezia have been much the more confident-looking team. Goody again, another three. It was straight, but comes up short. Goss the other way. There's the quick foul against Balaga. Crowd not happy. Sideline possession for PAOK, trailing by 4. Here it is, Cognares. Pulling it out, trying to find something. Open for 3, takes it. Doesn't go, and the rebound just chops favourably for Stone, just away from the long arms of Chryssikopoulos. Stone getting to the ring, but a poor finish at the end of the drive. He wants the foul. He looks towards the official, isn't going to get it. It's out off Balaga. He did a good job trying to keep the play alive. Cognares puts it on the floor. The runner gets the roll. Good finish from Cognares. Shows his versatility. He's a skilled offensive player. An important basket there. 2-point game as a timeout is called by Venezia. Still a long way to go in this one. 6:47. 62 plays 60. Pressure up the floor. Ramos brings it in. Into the hands of Stone. You know they're going to go into the low post with Washington. And here he comes. Washington gets it. Everybody spaces. Lets him go one-on-one. He picks it up. Haynes now with 5 on the clock. He's going to have to make the play. Loses his man. Has it taken away from Hino. Good quick hands from Goss. Chrysokopoulos glides in. Can't finish. The offensive rebound also misses. Then rejected. Garrett for another attempt to the 5th chance. It is tipped home by Jamal Jones. Well, what a sequence there. As PAOK tied the game at 62. Jones. Julian Stone waits and holds it. Finds Haynes in the corner. Haynes trying to clear some space against Goss. Goes past him. Challenged at the ring. Gets his own offensive rebound. Foul is called, I believe. Goss wanted it to be out of bounds. Let's have a look. Haynes gets his rebound. Trying to find something here. And that's the foul there by Goss. Good work from the official. Day, who comes back into the game, having spent a long time on the bench. Through foul trouble. He made 2 threes early. Haynes waiting for Ramos. Here he is. Ramos finds Balaga, kicks it, open look for Stone, buries it. Great team basketball from Venezia as Papa Theodoro, not a happy man, telling his team, why did you not foul? It is a 3-point lead. Venezia in the zone once more. Garrett open at the ring. They don't give him the ball though. Tough 3. Short, and doesn't get the roll for Jones. Ramos brings in the defensive rebound, and Stone goes the other way. So a long way to go in this one, but you just feel like a couple of crucial possessions here if Venezia can continue to stretch this lead. The frustration setting in for PAOK. Foul called against Cognares. Just holding on to the arm, you can see it there. This is the play, good kick out, Stone. He's not a great 3-point shooter, but he makes them when he needs to. Haynes collects it. Finds Day, wide open, great screen to free him up, but too strong. It's a good play from Venezia. Tough shot from Goss, and he knocks it down. Wow, what a play from Phil Goss. Little smile from that Rafael. He knows that all too well. He was an assistant when Goss played those 2 years with Venezia. And he has tied the game at 65 here. Crowd starting to get to their feet. Balaga finds Stone. Stone blows the open layup. Everybody just stopped and watched. Ramos now for three, doesn't get it. Stone continues to play. Haynes for three. In and out. Another offensive rebound, and it's tipped home. PAOK just stopped playing. They thought it was going to be a travel. They have to play until the whistle. As Venezia get the lead back once again. Chrysakopoulos kicks it. Working against Day with those 4 fouls. And Day's going to foul out on a cheap one. Chrysakopoulos the and one. Look at this. Play after play. Balaga loses it, collects it. He goes to Stone, who missed the layup. So after all the excitement, there'll be one shot to come, which Chrysakopoulos makes. Day has fouled out. Washington has come back in, so we've got a bit of a breather there, Washington. And now this will be the 5 that looks to finish the game for Venezia. Haynes will take a quick 3. It was online. Look at Washington there for the offensive rebound. It's been keeping Venezia in the game as Balaga misses. And violation. And he'll be possession back with PAOK. Thumbs up the call. Cañares ringing it down, waiting for Goss. Goss fades to the corner, takes a quick 3. Doesn't get it, went for the knockout punch there. It came up empty, swing and a miss. Stone trying to find some room. Ramos pulls up on the elbow, can't get it. Opportunity for PAOK now, under 3. 1 point game. Chrysakopoulos in that low post has been so successful for them this game. Here he is once again. Tough matchup for Washington. And Chrysakopoulos gets the finish. Still no double team coming against Linos Chrysakopoulos, and he has moved to 14 points personal to give his team this 3-point lead now, 70-67.
Further on, they switch. Julian, wait here. There we go. And Mitch, you flat for Cats. They're on. After that, clear out in the baseline. And Michael on 45. In defense, you go on Chrysakopoulos. You stay on Goss. You stay on the other guy. Okay? Come on. 1, 2, 3. Let's go.
I like the timeout from Coach Rafael. Told his team, we didn't need an open shot. It's okay if we miss it, as long as there's a good open one. He then switched a couple of matchups. It's going to be interesting. Got Julian Stone. His versatility is now going on to guard Linos Chrysakopoulos, try and take away his low post threat. See if he can hold him out from scoring in that low block. That's going to be the key matchup, I think, seeing how this game goes. Stone has it then. Pressure up the floor from Cognares, Stone falls to the floor, gets it into the hands of Washington, who gets it across the half, and now they can organise. Foul. Will go against Jones. Team foul, so there'll be 2 shots here. I think the foul is away from the ball rather than on Cognares. Yeah. So 2 shots for Haynes. Jones picks up his 3rd. Dead on 2:30 left in this one. It's going to be entertaining. Final 150 seconds, isn't it? 3 points in it. Lucas Haynes at the line. This is the first. Surprising miss, really, down the stretch. Haynes. He's had his struggles. 85% shooter on the season. On that foul line, makes a 2nd. Here it is, Cognares to Goss. And now Chryssikopoulos against Stone, that matchup we talked about. Stone holding his ground well, great defense from him. Chryssikopoulos forced to his left hand, couldn't finish. Stone in transition, beats Chryssikopoulos, kicks it, wide open look for Washington, feet set. He comes up short. Cognares pulls it in. Under 2 now. Time ticking away from both teams. 2-point game. Cognares has it rejected, and then Watt keeps it in. Great defensive play from Mitchell Watt. 3rd block of the night for him. Where will they go for some offense? That's the question. Without Austin Day, they'll clear for Haynes here. Haynes goes to Bramos. Now Watt. Watt always wanted to come back to that left hand. Does so. Can't finish. Gets his own offensive rebound. Rejected. And Phil Goss will take it from Cognares, get it over the half, and take some time off this clock. 2-point game still here. Both teams struggling for points in this last couple of minutes. Goss comes off the screen, pulls up for 3. Off the glass! Banks it home to make it a 5-point game. Stone the other way. Can't finish, is tipped and goes out. 2 PAOK. Washington couldn't get it. Stone got a great look at the ring. Goss pulling up, still had 7 seconds left on the clock. Off the glass for 3 to the delight of the crowd. Not sure it was intentional, but they all count. The crowd on their feet. 5-point lead for PAOK, an important possession here. A score will surely seal the game for them. Cognares against the pressure of Washington. Washington tips from behind, but he's called for the foul. Just the 4th foul against Venezia, so it'll still be sideline possession. Goss will bring it in. Athanaou replaces Cognares. That veteran leadership from Athanaou. 30-year-old replacing the 21-year-old. Chryssikopoulos collects it, goes to Goss. They'll space, they'll run time here. An important possession. Venezia need a stop. Goss splits between 2 but loses it. Stone picks it up, finds Watt. Now Haynes, straight to the ring, draws the contact and lays it up. 3-point game now, 37 seconds to go, all to play for still. Timeout called. Stone picks up the loose ball. Watt with a good pass. Gets it into the hands of Haynes. And he makes it a 1-possession game. Timeout called by PAOK. So the interesting thing for them, where will they take the ball? They now have the choice to take it at the end line or advance it into the front court. Of course, if they take it from the end line, they'll have 24 seconds on the shot clock. 24 seconds to use. If they take it from the advanced position, it will get moved to 14, the shot clock. And of course, taking it in the backcourt, you run the risk of turning it over. And if there's any sort of pressure up the floor. And this is what it's all about then. Last 35 seconds of the game. 3 points separates these two teams. Jones gets it in safely. They do take it from the end line. And it is Goss to bring it down. Venezia don't need to foul. They will get a final shot. The question is, will the final shot be enough? Goss picks it up. Finds Jones. Jones driving to his left, hangs in the air, goes off the glass, misses. The tip is good from Garrett. Garrett reaches over the top of his defender and gets a fantastic tip off the miss. Watch this as a play. Brahmas in great position, but the long arms of Darius Garrett gets the score. Makes it a two-possession game here. Everything right defensively for Venezia until the box out and the rebound. They just couldn't keep Garrett off the glass. So Venezia will advance the ball here, surely. They trail by 5. Still some time left, though. Five-point game here. Venezia need a quick score. Ideally a 3 to put the pressure on. Maybe a 2 if it's wide open. The most important thing is to score without a lot of time coming off the clock. Get up, foul, see if you can get a miss. Clock says 15 seconds, still a long time to go. And go to Watt. Watt gives it straight back to Haynes. He takes the quick 3. Misses. Fight for the rebound. De Nicolau gets it. Now the 3 is good for Goody. They got what they needed. 7.4 left. Now they'll come with pressure. No timeout. Goss collects it and is fouled immediately. 6.4 on it. It's a 2-point game. So Goss needs to make both. Just one will give the opportunity for Venezia to bury a 3 and send this game to overtime. .4 seconds to go. Phil Goss at the line, 85.7% on the season, but we know he missed one already tonight, just recently. 18 points he has, 1 of 2 from the line. Buries it, confident stroke from him. So that makes it a 3-point game. This to make it a 2-possession game. Huge shot for Goss. A miss will give the opportunity for Venezia to tie with a 3. A score means they must score twice in this final 6.4. Goss makes it. Will that be enough to ice this game? Haynes crosses the half. They don't want to foul the 3-point shooter. Haynes pulls up, goes off the glass. 1.8 left. And they'll miss the foul. They eventually do get the ball into the hands of Goss. Little confusion. People have come onto the floor. I don't know if there's any time left. Nobody seems to know what's going on. So the referees are going to go to the monitor. The clock says 0. They're going to check and see if there's any time left. It was all confusion. Let's have a look. Phil Goss is over on the far side. There's the foul. Wow. I think time has expired on this one. It has. There's the confirmation. So that is the end of the game. PAOK will take this one by 1 point, 77-76 off the go-ahead free throws. Oh, Phil Goss, who had a strong one. And the Greek team will keep rolling in the Basketball Champions League. They have now won 5 straight as they take the 77-76 win over Venezia. Here are the statistics. The shooting for PAOK, winning every category. Phil Goss thanking the fans for Venezia. A tight game here, 77-76. PAOK getting the win. Phil Goss led the way at his 20 points. Washington, an incredible second half performance for him to help get Venezia back into the game. It wasn't to be, as the veteran leadership of Goss, who went 6 of 10 from the field, 5 rebounds and 4 assists for him, led the way. Chrysokopoulos, 14 points, and Moreira, 14 as well. Those two doing the majority of their damage in that first 20 minutes. So they'll give their team an important lead. So PAOK will take this one here in Thessaloniki. They will improve their record 1 step closer towards getting a playoff place at the end of the year. They will move into the top 4 with victory here now. And for Umana Reyer Venezia, they will still have good standing in Group B. It will have to be seen if they will drop below Unit Holon after their performance into 3rd place, or whether they will be just 2 games back of Tenerife now in 2nd position. So PAOK, with the victory, moved to 5 wins and 3 losses, all 5 in a row for the Greek team. Umana Reyer Venezia will drop to 5-3. The identical record to PAOK, having lost 2 of their last 3 in this competition. So, an entertaining game here tonight. Venezia will will be on the road again next week in Israel, going to Unit Holon, trying to get back on track, as PAOK will travel to Bonn and the Telkom Dome to face off against Telkom Baskets Bonn. But here tonight, it is the 1-point win for the Greek team, for PAOK, 77-76. As I will say, good night.
Μετά το τέλος του αγώνα στο PAOK Sports Arena. Μετά το τέλος του αγώνα στο PAOK Sports Arena, κοντά μας είναι ο προπονητής του PAOK, ο κύριος Ηλίας Παπαθεοδόρου. Νίκη στον πόντο για άλλη μια φορά. Ακόμα παιχνίδι θρίλερ.
Μια πολύ σημαντική νίκη για μας, η πέμπτη συνεχόμενη.